welcome back to the channel. If you joined us last week, we took a look at MYOU's 2 YOSD dolls, and today we're going to look at their big babies. So what are Big Baby BJD? Why are they called Big Baby BJD? Well, because they look like toddlers. From my understanding, the big baby size was kind of born out of the desire for the Disney animators dolls, which are actually the same proportion and even size in some cases. I wish I had one so I could show you, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. They are basically 1/4 scale YOSDs, and they are called big babies because YOSDs are also referred to as babies often by many companies because they look like little children, like toddlers. Is MYOU the first to do this? No, I actually don't know who the first company is that does the big baby size, but I know that Rosenlead and even Volks actually had dolls of this size. Volks did the Dear SD, and Rosenlead, I don't remember which one it was, but basically they are the same height as your traditional MSD doll, so 40 to 45 centimeters in height, but the proportions are totally different. They are way thicker. This is a Loretta. She was actually my first doll from MYOU. That's how I found them. For the first time, I saw her picture on the site banner or some, I don't even know where I saw it, and I was like, well, I have to have her. She is so cute. She is adorable. As in previous videos, we are going to strip them and take a look at their bodies. If you don't like doll nudity, now is the time to click away. Today we have MYOU Loretta on the original Big Baby body. It's still available, and she's in the normal yellow skin. And we have Marshmallow, who is in their white skin on the pear-shaped body, which came out afterwards. Yeah, let's strip them down and take a look at their bodies. Alright, so here we go. We've taken their dresses off, and let's start with the feet. So the feet are actually not the same. The original feet are a little bit wider than the pear-shaped feet. They are the same length, but they're not the same width. As you can see, the pear-shaped body has narrower feet than the original, and their shape is somewhat similar, but the toes are actually shaped differently. Moving on to the shins are shaped fairly similarly. The thighs on, well, first of all, the pear-shaped bodies are actually taller too. They're a little bit taller, like 1 or 2 centimeters, but the knees are different. You can see that Loretta here has the like nugget system going on, just like the original YOSDs. Try to pull it apart so you can see. That's what I mean when I say nugget. In the back they look like this. She also has a thigh joint, which doesn't, I mean, you can turn it all the way, but see how there's that clicking noise, so it has places it clicks into, which the YOSD body doesn't have it like that. And then the pear-shaped body has the ball joints, actual like a ball shape, and you can rotate it 360 if you want to. Same with the thigh. The thigh has a ball shape, and both of them have the same range of mobility. Both of them have a two-piece torso, which means the like belly area is just one piece. There's no piece at the hips like some MSDs have, and they have a movable torso so they can lean forward like this, or lean back if you whatever. The chest is somewhat similar in both of them. The arms as well, again, the difference being the shape of the joints. Loretta's got the nugget like this, so you can't really, it's as far as it goes. And the pear-shaped body has a ball, which, here we go. She's got a ball at the elbow and at the wrist. The original body, you can't really like, there's only one way you can kind of put the elbow. Like it's either the arm is straight or it's bent. But with the pear-shaped body, you can do this. You can swizzle it back and forth because the joint is a ball. So you have more flexibility. Loretta's hands are one piece, and what I mean by that is the hand and the wrist are literally one piece. So, I mean, her hand can do a 360, it can go like back, it can go down, but on a Marshmallow here, the hand and the wrist are actually separated, like the wrist joint is separate from the hand, so that gives her a little bit more. I mean, she can go either way, same as Loretta, but I think it's more aesthetically pleasing. And the hands are also aesthetically different, but very similar. They just have a different like shape to them. Same with the other hand. They're showing off their non-existent manicures. So the hands are shaped different, but they're the same size, and you can swap them if you want to. Just remember, you have to take the wrist joint off and put it on this gal. I don't know how that would look. I imagine it would look fairly, it should look okay. Let's see the length, how the length goes. Okay, so shoulder to shoulder. Their hands, so the pear body hand is like half a centimeter longer, so you could take this wrist joint and hand and swap it on here, or you could take her hand and swap it on here. Maybe it'll look a teeny, like no one will notice, it'll still look pretty normal. So their heads are also the same size. They take a 9 to 10 inch wig, which is usually like SD size, but again, because they are YOSD proportions, they have larger heads, so they can look like a larger YOSD. So in terms of posing, obviously both of them sit pretty well. Again, with this type of body, the joints I think lock in a little better than these guys. As you can see, like, she's a little loose, and I mean, she's been standing, so I don't know why she's so loose, but that can be fixed to your preference. I just hate restraining dolls, so I just don't. And yes, they are pretty squeaky. Okay, so in terms of the bodies, the pear body is about like a centimeter more than the regular one. And as you can see, they're shaped a little differently. The pear-shaped body is more curvy. It does also have a more pronounced butt. It's just overall a little more curvy. Both of them stand pretty well. My surface is not level, so I had my surface is not level, so I had a bit of trouble standing them, but they stand really well. But as I said before, the regular body snaps into position like a little easier, so it was a lot easier to stand her. But once they're standing, they're fine. In the back, you can see the curving or like the curves of the pear body a little more, and the butt is a little more pronounced. Alright, so as I said, they both sit pretty well. Their backs have curving to them, but it's very similar to both of them. I want to show you that they can lean forward like this. And I want to take a look at their heads. They can both look down the same amount and can both not really look up, same as the YOSDs. But you can put their torso back and then have them look up. So that's kind of limiting in what they can do. They can both tilt their heads over just the same. They're pretty sturdy when sitting. You don't need to use their arms as support. You could also technically swap their feet out if you wanted to. Forgot to mention that earlier. You could totally do that. The joint down here by the foot is separate from the actual foot. So in terms of flexibility, it's not really a huge difference I'm seeing. It's about the same. It just, I guess, looks a little bit nicer. So let's get these guys dressed and then we'll go over clothing options. Alright, so here we go. They're back and dressed. I wanted to go over some clothing options. Now, normally I don't buy a doll that's in a different or like new shape because it's hard to find clothing for them and that can be a little discouraging. But I found some options that work pretty well for them. Well, let's start with the pear-shaped body here. Marshmallow is wearing a dress from Dollmore. This is in the Mocha Shura section. It fits both of them. I bought this actually for Loretta, tried it on her and it fits. Here's how it looks in terms of length. In the back, it closes without issue. It's not tight. And the arms, you can't see that, can you? The arms fit perfectly fine. It's like it was almost made for her. In terms of shoes, these are more of a standard MSD size from what I can see, because these shoes over here would probably be too big. I mean, they fit, but they're a little bit loose. Like, you can see the gaps in between, but they work. Maybe if she had like a thicker sock, they wouldn't fall off. These also have ankle straps. I just didn't put them back on for ease. But they can wear these, and I'll get to these in a moment. They can wear most MSD clothes. I say most because a lot of the newer MSDs are more like slim, whereas, you know, back in the day they were thicker, more like the Volks MSD line, but you can still find the like regular MSD size. Loretta over here is wearing something that was intended for a Volks MSD size doll, and in terms of length, it comes down to her knees. In the back, it closes. It's not tight. It's not loose. Fits pretty well. And around the arms, there's not a lot of looseness there either, and it's not tight either. It was really easy to get her hands through, and her hands as well. What else fits? I mean, both of them really, Disney animators clothes, because they're the same proportion. They're the same size. I have one or two dresses that are made by a shop on Etsy that the lady makes clothes for the Disney animators dolls, and they fit perfectly fine. These shoes are also made for the Disney animators dolls, and they fit her really well. Perfectly. Like I said, the original body, the toes are wider, which is why putting them in traditional MSD shoes doesn't work, because the toes, they just don't fit. I'll show you, like just, no. It doesn't go. You cannot, I mean, I don't know, maybe you can find something, maybe some smaller sized SD shoes would fit. I've put SD shoes on them. They're loose, but if you have like thick socks, that could work. This dress on Loretta is actually from I Am Sunny on Etsy that I mentioned in my last video. It's labeled as MSD. Let me check. And yes, they fit both of the bodies. Yeah, the listings just say BJD doll dress for 1/4 MSD size. And they're really cute. They're pretty well made. They're not super expensive, so I recommend that shop. I've purchased from it a couple times already. I'll probably order again. So there you have it. In terms of which body I like more, I don't know. I do like them both. I think aesthetically I do like the pear-shaped body a little better. And in terms of resin color, I think I do like the normal yellow a little better. I guess just because it looks maybe a little more natural, I don't know. In terms of the face-ups, they're really nice. They're pretty well done. Yeah, the face-ups on these girls are super nice, super cute. They do have big noggins. I think I said that they take a 9-10, but I think only Marshmallow takes a 9-10. Loretta here takes an 8-9. She's actually wearing an Angel Studio wig right now. The wig on Marshmallow came with her in her full set. Let me just warn you, I don't know if the full sets are still available. If they are, the wig is really crappy. So few wefts. There was like a little loop, like a bun up here, and I actually took it out and I used a straightener to straighten out all the waves out because it was just a really horrible wig. I really don't. And I contacted them about it and they were like, oh well, that's how they all are from that supplier. If you bought it yourself, it would be like that. Which, like, I get it, but at the same time, you didn't have to use that wig to further sell to your customers. Like, use something else. So just be aware, if you do get a full set from MYOU, the wig will probably be really shitty. And there you have it. Thanks for joining again this week, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any suggestions, if there's anything else you'd like to see. Thanks for watching. Bye!